I am your host, G.I. Wingnut. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. We are continuing with 1952 and a planned deception. Today's episode is about the Midland School of Self-Knowledge. I don't think this one will be very long because there's not a whole lot of information to it, but what information there is incredibly rich. So over here on the tab that I have for Midland School of Self-Knowledge, the Midland School of Self-Knowledge is an experimental learning boarding school that has been in operation since 1932. The school is dedicated to creating a unique and rewarding experience for its students, focusing on fostering a community and promoting self-discovery. The school's founding principles and values include simplicity, evaluating needs and wants, environmental stewardship, meaningful connections between students, teachers, and the ideas they study, and accessibility to families of all financial means. Yeah, okay. We'll see about that later on. I already know that there's a hook on this. The school's approach to education is centered around experiential learning, allowing students to explore and discover their true selves in a safe and supportive environment. The school's community is inclusive and welcoming, accepting students of various backgrounds and identities. Okay, so they do the whole inclusion verbiage. Midland School of Self-Knowledge is committed to helping students grow and evolve into the people they are meant to be, rather than conforming to societal expectations. Okay, I see that being a double-edged sword. The school's curriculum is designed to promote personal growth, self-awareness, and a deeper understanding of oneself and the world. Not necessarily a bad thing. It comes down to the approach. So, key features: experiential learning, or an experiential learning approach. In some ways, that's good. I'm a hands-on observational learner. But then again, I try to be picky about what I learn. Inclusive and welcoming community. I can work with that to a degree. Focus on self-discovery and personal growth. Well, I went through that with cognitive behavioral therapy and deconstructing all the bad things that I'd learned over my life and finding my own personal true values. I didn't need any kind of spiritual influence on it. Just saying. Moving on, emphasis on simplicity, environmental stewardship, and accessibility. Okay. Engineering practice called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, simplicity is good. Over-engineering just means more parts to break. Environmental stewardship. Well, I can work with that because going back to the book of Genesis and the Bible, or if you look at Druidic teachings, or if you look at other humanist or nature-related belief systems, environmental stewardship is the number one task for human beings. And accessibility, yeah, nature preserves. The state of Missouri, where I live, there are several of the cities that have parks that are set up by the state Department of Natural Resources. And they have walkways and graveled trails that are accessible. So I see that being a good thing in and of itself. And the last point, or the last key feature, unique and rewarding experience for students. Well, I've heard Scientology say the same thing. I do find it rather suspicious that there is no contact information available, but I mean, and it's a boarding school. But there are ways to contact them. We'll go over here. I'm at the School of Knowledge webpage. And here, let me adjust that real quick. I know you're going to see my editing skills on my browser or on my editor, but I frankly don't mind. Okay, there we go. The School for Self-Knowledge. Who am I? What is the meaning and purpose of my life? Well, those are the grand questions that I think everybody tries to ask. And if you hadn't noticed the logo up there, the Om up there in the corner, right up there in the corner. Well, there it is again. The Om for self-knowledge. I do believe that's a lotus blossom for the school, and a yin yang for locations and registration. You can learn more. But we're not going to go into all that. Experience and explore, focusing on material drawn from a broad range of literary, artistic, and scientific sources. The world's greatest cultures, religions, and sages, our easy, stimulating, and enjoyable program provides you the opportunity for self-observation and discussion. Let's see, the School of Hermes, the last episode that I did, does a lot of that literary and artistic science stuff. In and of itself, as an anthropologist and studying anthropology through archaeology, these, literature, art, and science are key factors. But it's this other twist they're throwing in there that causes me some concern. So let me go ahead and get this next tab set up. So on the next tab, we're going to see what is self-knowledge. As the words themselves proclaim, self-knowledge is the knowledge of truth, what we truly are. It is the ultimate answer to the perennial question, who am I? Hold up, wait, stop, right there. We can never change what we are, but we are always changing who we are. We cannot change what we truly are because we are human beings. We are continually changing who we are through our interactions with information, other people, through the exchange of thoughts and ideas. So I have difficulty here with the idea that who am I is some sort of static state. Anyway, people everywhere seek peace, happiness, and freedom from life's entanglements without realizing that what they seek already exists within themselves. Hey, that sounds like some of that prosperity, I am a little God type thing. Prosperity gospel stuff. Okay, so self-knowledge reveals beyond the body and its actions, beyond the mind and its thoughts, beyond the heart and its feelings, that eternal center of bliss, which is the very essence of all human existence. I'm sorry. Life is a challenge. Being a carbon-based life form is messy business. There is no eternal center of bliss. Utopia does not exist in our environment. Not on a long running basis. Now, I've been to some festivals, and I tell you what, that was blissful. And I would be effervescent for like a week after. Just like when I went to church camp. But that bliss didn't stick around forever. But for that bliss to happen within Scientology and for it to be maintained, they go through their rituals and procedures and keep pushing mind control. You can be better. You can save the world. No, it doesn't work that way. I'm digressing here. I'm rambling. The School of Self-Knowledge offers practical guidance for direct personal experience to those who seek truth, knowledge, a greater fullness of life. What? Hang on. Let me try that again. What? The School of Self-Knowledge offers practical guidance for direct personal experience for those who seek truth. That makes sense. Knowledge, a greater fullness of life. That's horrible grammar. A deep understanding of all human existence and the world in which we live in. Well, you can do that through archaeology, anthropology, just interacting with other people. Knowledge, a greater fullness of self. And I notice they capitalize knowledge. Um, that tells me that that's one of their words in the context of the phrase. What is the purpose of my life? In an age where the individual is becoming less and less significant, self-knowledge brings peace of mind and freedom from all fears. Freedom from all fears. And okay, so yeah, people are becoming less and less significant in the big picture because of the way things are run in the world. It brings peace of mind. Self-knowledge brings peace of mind and freedom from all fears. Self-knowledge. I mean, I know myself pretty well. I think they're capitalizing it here, so they've got their own definition of it. But getting to know myself has brought me peace because now I know for a fact what it is I believe in and what it is I stand for and what it is I'm willing to fight for, which is breaking people free from mental and physical restraints that are not of their own choice. And there's always going to be something to have heightened concerns about. I mean, if you let fear rule your life, it becomes a phobia. I'm digressing again. Continuing, it gives an appreciation for the unchanging unity in all diversity and points towards the regaining of lost significance and purpose of life. And unity is capitalized. Self-knowledge has existed from the dawn of human history, for every human being has the innate awareness, again capitalized, of their own existence. It is the most fundamental of all studies relating to humankind, revealing truth, capitalized, and our innate potential for fullness of life, inner peace, and everlasting happiness. So let's just do a real quick thought experiment here on everlasting happiness. So you find that bliss point, and then let's say you're driving home or walking home. Let's say you're walking home, and you blow out your shoe. The sole just completely falls off of it. Are you going to still be maintaining that everlasting happiness? Or are you going to have to acknowledge the challenge that's been presented to you by your own experience? Oh my goodness. Anyway, apparently this is one of their big quotes. Kina Upanishad, quote, "I, tongue, cannot approach it, nor mind know. Not knowing, we cannot satisfy inquiry. It lies beyond the known, beyond the unknown." Um, yeah, infinity is incomprehensible to the human brain. So we can't see it, we can't speak it. And that would be beyond the unknown as well as beyond the known. Oh my goodness, sorry, my phone's going off. Sorry about that, people. I guess Anyway, I should have put that in the other room, but apparently my dad sent me a bunch of memes. All right, sorry about that little distraction. Let's move on. All right, in the next tab, we're studying or taking a look at the course. I want to definitely point out this first night free for all introductory courses, which tells me it's going to cost a lot more after that, kind of like with Scientology. Okay, so the course. The introductory course is comprehensive, highly practical, and direct. Material for the course is drawn from a broad range of related literary, artistic, and scientific sources, the world's greatest cultures and religious traditions, and the wisdom of the ancient sages of Advaita Vedanta. And I will address that later. And I probably butcher that pronunciation. Sue me. I'm American. My native language is English, although my first language is sarcasm. The course is open to all. No prior study is necessary. No examinations are conducted. No certificates are awarded. Oh, that's very that part. The no examinations are conducted. No certificates are awarded. That's very different from Scientology. Continuing. Following completion of the introductory course, the students who wish are offered the opportunity to continue to further their study of self-knowledge. Of course they are. Of course they are. The workshop. A full-day workshop, which is included in the course, provides a practical opportunity for students to extend their experience of the subjects discussed in an easy, stimulating, and enjoyable program. And let's see, we got a Zen Buddhist proverb here. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry wood. After enlightenment, oh, let me try that again. Before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. So, okay, whether you're enlightened or not, do your job, live life. Or as Mark Twain said, if your job is to eat a frog a day, eat a frog a day. If your job is to eat 2 frogs a day, eat the big frog first. So let's take a look at the tab on the school. Oh, looky there. First night free for all introductory courses. They want to make sure you know that. The school. The School of Self-Knowledge is a holistic organization providing guidance to students and the community over 30 years. The school offers an introductory course to self-knowledge 4 times a year for those who seek greater fulfillment of life and a deeper understanding of human existence and the world in which we live. About us. The school is a wholly independent, nonprofit, unincorporated organization and is not associated with any political, religious, or other organization. I'll beg to differ on that. I wouldn't have known about you guys if you weren't like associated with on that list back in 1952. I'm just saying. Continuing, it is earnest and sincere in its aim and purpose, which is the study. Which is the study, understanding, and experience of self-knowledge and the wisdom of the ancient sages of Advaita Vedanta. All tutorial and other services provided to the school by its members are freely and voluntarily given without any financial remuneration, without any payback. And income of the school is directed solely to support its aim and purpose. Works that way in Scientology to a degree as well. The school is solely an educational and cultural body and makes no claim as to the outcome or benefits of its courses. Very different than Scientology, other than being of an educational nature concerning the topics in its curriculum. Buyer beware? Is that what they're saying? Continuing. In particular, the courses of the school are not intended to be of a counseling nature or a substitute for professional treatment for medical or psychological difficulties. Okay, that's a nice disclaimer. It's a real nice disclaimer. And I would hope that they would stick to their words, but let's take a look at the last tab, the about the
Advaita Vedanta.
Advaita Vedanta. Okay, so now we know how to pronounce that. It's one version of Vedanta. Vedanta is nominally a school of Indian philosophy, although in reality it is a label for any hermeneutics that attempted to provide a consistent interpretation of the philosophy of the Upanishads, or more formally, the canonical summary of the Upanishads and a Brahma Sutra. So is often translated as non-dualism, though it literally means non-secondness. All right, so there's that. That's what the Midland School of Self-Knowledge is all about, apparently. It may seem rather benign on the surface, but we caught them tripping up on their webpage. They say they're not associated, unless they have disassociated since 1952. But like I said, I wouldn't have known about them if it hadn't been for Constance Cumby. Anyway, thanks for making it this far. If you made it to the end, and I hope that if you like this video, that you will subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. That you'll give it a thumbs up, and please, by all means, feel free to share this information. Until the next video, don't forget, take care of yourself, and mental health matters.